Ma'am, ma'am, Jaiswal here, ma'am. Namaskar.
But I can't see anybody.
Yes, ma'am has come, ma'am.
Yeah. Bad job. No?
Sharma এখনো জয়েন করেনি।
Namaskar, everybody. A warm welcome to all of you. Wish you all a happy World Tourism Day. We are really honored to have our Principal Secretary, Madam Smt.Shraddha today with us. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable time for today's seminar. Our chief guest for today is Dr. Suborno Bose. Let me introduce our chief guest. He is hospitality evangelist, founder and mentor of India Smart Group and IIHM, and CEO of International Hospitality Council UK. He has been conferred with the honorary doctorate of business administration conferred by Edinburgh Napier University, UK, honorary award of doctorate by science University of West London. He was conferred the prestigious doctorate of education by Queen Margaret University at Scotland. Then he has been instrumental in creating the International Hospitality Day, which is celebrated every year on 24th April and is a unique initiative of International Hospitality Council. He has also been the recipient of the Economic Times Most Promising Business Leaders of Asia Award, Times of India, the Most Prominent Business Leader in Education 2018 award, and many more such awards. So for this year, 2023 World Tourism Day, the theme is tourism and green investments. And on this occasion, we have started webinars since yesterday, and we will be continuing it. And the topic for today's webinar is achieving sustainability in hospitality from a practitioner's perspective. Now I would request our General Manager, Shri Chandra, to take this seminar ahead.
Good morning, ma'am. Happy World Tourism Day. Honorable Principal Secretary, ma'am, Honorable Managing Director, and Dr. Suborno Bose. Today, we are here to discuss on a topic of achieving sustainability in hospitality, especially in the hotels. A practitioner's perspective. Dr. Suborno Bose is a big name and has written a book on sustainability called as The Art of Sustainability in Hotels. And I request Honorable MD, MTDC, our Honorable MD, Honorable Principal Secretary, Srimati Radhika Rastogi, ma'am, is pioneering secretary for us at tourism, and especially her experience and her inclination towards responsible tourism and the aspects of responsible tourism is immense and vast. At the same time, our Honorable Principal Secretary has aimed at achieving all sustainability practices, whether it is tourism engineering or responsible design or sustainable designing in tourism. I request Honorable MD MTDC to kindly welcome the Honorable Principal Secretary, ma'am, and take the program a little ahead, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Principal Secretary, Tourism Department, Srimati Radhika, ma'am. Ma'am, a hearty welcome to you, and thank you very much for sparing your time for us webinar. all are seeing the MTDCs or the projects, whatever we're doing, and total change, and we all are heading to early you that
Can I start?
yes, ma'am, please, ma'am.
Yeah. A very warm welcome to all the participants on this World Tourism Day, and my best wishes to all the participants. And the topic is also very apt. How do we achieve sustainability in hospitality sector and in tourism per se? So by and large, if we see the way we are conducting not just tourism or hospitality or generally our lifestyles itself, they are, I would say, are in a very unsustainable manner. All of us are educated and we do understand the implications of our actions. But somewhere when it actually comes to implementing them, changing small habits, somewhere, there's a resistance internally, because it's very easy to pick up a bad habit, but very difficult to let go of one. And in this World Tourism Day, even the government of India has been insisting on sustainable tourism. How do we travel with responsibility? How do we accumulate experiences without damaging the environment? How can we be more sensitive to the ecosystem and all the other beings who are part of this ecosystem? Because all the other animals, birds, even trees, they have as much a right to exist as any of us. So how can we conduct this entire sector? And like I always say, tourism is a sector which doesn't stand alone. It is a sector that cuts across every other sector. If you talk about roads, yes, we need good roads for tourism to develop. If you talk of livelihoods, yes, we need to have diversified livelihoods. If we need to promote tourism, because you need to have guides, you need to have good chefs, you need to have good tourist operators, a whole spectrum of services are required to promote tourism. And you need good water supply, you need safety of the tourists, you also need to have good places, clean places to stay, and well curated experiences. And tourism, in fact, people tour for a lot of reasons. Some just to get away because they feel so burnt out in the current lifestyles, in the current jobs, and you want some place where you can switch off your cell phone and completely, do a kind of a, gadget detox. Or some people travel for education. Even Mount Everest, many of them are enamored by the way, these mountains, how have they continue to, they continue to attract adventurers across the world, right? And some people are into water sports, they want to explore the bigger world, which is underwater. So, and some people may want to travel for pilgrimage to see places of religious interest, importance, and significance. Some people may travel for business. In fact, most of us travel for business. Along with that, if we can have even if a half day of some other experience, I'm sure it helps in many ways. But while doing all this, what we need to do is be aware of our surroundings. How do we reduce the carbon footprint that each of us have? And the government of India has started this Swachhata fortnight, Swachhata Pandarwada, in view of Gandhi Jayanti on 2nd of October. And from 15th of September, all across the country, a whole lot of cleanliness initiatives have started by various stakeholders across the country. And the tourism department is also doing its bit. We would like invite everybody to be a part of this initiative, so that we are able to, not just for the sake of tourism, but for ourselves, have a clean environment. In fact, long ago, Maharashtra had, maybe in the late 90s, Sant Gadge Baba Gram Swachhata Abhiyan, where across Maharashtra, the villagers, people in cities, officers, everyone got together and they cleaned up Maharashtra. And this was a one of its kind initiative and effort, I would say, which was also noted by the World Bank. And later on, when the Honourable Prime Minister from the ramparts of Red Fort, he gave the call to the nation, let us, clean our country, Swachh Bharat, because only when Bharat is Swachh will it be Samriddh and can it be called Shreshtha Bharat. So thank you all for joining, and I hand over to MTDC for further proceedings.
Much, ma'am. Your insights are highly important for us. And ma'am, today we have Mr. Bose with us, and part from various like street hospitality sector. MTDC officials, they have districts, and some colleges are also there, hospitality related colleges, and some colleges where team they are studying, so they have also joined for today's lecture, ma'am. So thank you so much for your guiding words, and thank you very much, ma'am. And we ensure that we'll head towards adopting these kind of practices. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am. With the permission of Honourable Principal Secretary Madam and the MD Madam, may I request Dr. Suborno Bose to kindly deliver his speech to the August gathering, please. There are participants from Bhutan, there are participants from other countries too in this. Thank you, Dr. Suborno Bose. It's all yours now. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Very good afternoon, and thanks, Mr. Jaiswal. Very good afternoon to Madam Principal Secretary and Madam Managing Director MTDC, Shraddha Joshi Sharma ji. It's a great honor for me to be here on this very, very important day for all of us, the World Tourism Day. And may I start by congratulating all of us on this World Tourism Day and wishing everybody a wonderful and very happy World Tourism Day 2023. As you said, the theme set by the United Nations World Tourism Organization for this year has been the tourism and green investment, and very close to the very successful G20 summit at Delhi. This new tourism policies has now coming in, and green investment will play a very important role.
Hello.
Now, I'm going to
Hello,
not on the green investment today, but I'm going to talk today on something on hospitality. I've been in hospitality for now more than 32 years, and sustainability is the heart of hospitality. Let me start by telling that the entire hospitality industry all over India, and I think I'll also specially mention about Maharashtra, because we have seen some of the biggest hospitality players from all over the world are in Maharashtra, whether it's about Mumbai or Pune or the other cities of Maharashtra, they're all there. And they're all very committed to the spirit of sustainability, and not just the spirit, but also they are applying sustainability. Post-COVID, we have seen a huge surge in the business of hospitality. People have started traveling, industry is flourishing, it has come back very strongly. The restaurant sector, the banqueting sector, the wedding sector, the MICE, the conference, and of course, the domestic travel. I think is happening in a very, very strong way. I think the industry has come back so strong, even we could not believe that it has been so good. So when we talk about sustainability in hospitality sector, we generally talk about three kinds of sustainability. One, of course, is the physical sustainability, and that is the sustainability we generally, Madam Principal Secretary also mentioned. It's about the carbon footprints. It's about how we can create a better and a greener planet, how we can do a lot of eco-friendly practices and initiatives, how we can get the climate change happen, apply it India. But I think in hospitality industry, there are two more sustainability which are equally important, if not more important. And the most important sustainability in hospitality industry is the social sustainability. Now, social sustainability and economic sustainability are as important as the physical sustainability. A lot of people are only talking about physical, but I think a social sustainability is the sustainability which actually is the soul of the hospitality industry. It is about the people. It is about the people. Putting the people first has been also been discussed in the G20 summit when we discuss about the Goa roadmap as a format for the all the G20 country. People are the core of our industry, and putting people first is very important. The prosperity and the potential will only come when we put the people first. Now, we have seen during the COVID as well, as an example, how the industry lost some very good people, how the industry have not been able to pay the salary to a lot of people, and they left the industry. We have seen that the industry lost some of these best chefs to the other industries, best workers. So people, I think, are very important. If you look after your people well, if you treat your people well, if you pay your people well, then your social sustainability would be realized, and the social sustainability will lead to the economic sustainability. And economic sustainability means more revenue generation and leading to a more bottom line, more profits, where the stakeholders, the shareholders, the investors will be more interested to come and invest more. And we have seen this actually in a lot of hotels. I will give you a particular example of Taj Group of Hotel. During that pandemic, where a lot of other industries are possibly have to cut down their employees or pay possibly 50%, or have to say that we can't pay more, you can just work. Taj Group and ITC Group have actually retained all their employees, paying them the full salary. Not only them, they also looked after them. If all the employees who have been attacked by the coronavirus, by the COVID, they have taken care by the Taj Group. They opened the hotels for the doctors. They opened the hotel for the nurses. They opened everything that they can do. And what happened next? What happened next? They retained their best employees. They retained their champions. They retained their people. And the same people today are serving the hotel so well. They are not struggling for people because they have got the full quota, and they're opening hotel every other day. Mr. Puneet Chatwal, the managing director of Taj, have told recently to the media they're opening 300 hotels in the next 2 years. So that is that a social sustainability has led to the economic sustainability. It's very important to understand that we are a people business. Hospitality is all about people. It is for the people, it's by the people, it's of the people, on the front and the back, all over its people. You can't see the chef cooking, but the chef cooks the best food. It's about people. You see the guy who opens your gate, the doorman, with a big smile, and that's people. And you enter the 5-star hotel or even an ordinary hotel with a very, very nice feeling, nice vibes. Then you go to the reception, you are again accosted with smiling people. And housekeepers who are not seen, but they make your best bed, they make your toilets, they make your rooms clean, they make sure that you are very comfortable. It's all about people, because hospitality is about humanity. Hospitality is all about humanity. To be hospitable is to be human. To be human is to be hospitable. This is the word not from me, but by the legendary Professor David Foskett, which we always quote: to be hospitable is to be human. And that humanity is the biggest sustainability factor for us. Now, once we understand that social impact of the sustainability, the other things become much more easier. When we talk about social and economic sustainability, we also talk about how the hospitality industry is survived the pandemic and now thriving in a big way, not just in India, but elsewhere as well. So I want to show you a couple of slides, possibly how the industry is actually helping the sustainability. So we start with a little bit of from my book of The Art of Sustainable Hospitality, which has been purely written for this, A for automation. The automation is extremely important, because without automation, a lot of sustainable practices are not possible. So right from putting sensors in your corridor where the energy can be conserved, where the lights can only come on when the guest is walking. So I have seen so many of the big hotels with huge corridors and all lights are on. The energy is just getting wasted. All we need is to put that sensor where somebody is coming, somebody is walking, or somebody coming out of the room, or somebody coming out of the elevator, the light goes on of the sensor. We have to automate. The same automation applies in the kitchen. The same automation applies in the water taps. Now, it should be all automatic water tap, that when you put your hand under the tap, the water will come. It is not that you just put the water tap on and the water is flowing. As we see in the kitchens, even in the 5-star hotels, the waters are just going on, and so much of wastage of water happening. All this automation are now already been applied. That's the good news. By most of the hotels, they have understood the importance of automation. And I think automation is a very important factor in attaining the sustainable practice in the hospitality industry. We always think about the 17 sustainable development goals, and this automation actually is very important in supporting the goals. My next slide will be on biodiversity. Now, biodiversity is fantastic. As Honourable Principal Secretary Madam was mentioning, it's about that the flora, the fauna, the birds, the natural resources. We need to create that. We need to plant more trees, more green. It's not enough. We are doing a lot, but possibly that's not enough. The hotel industry, the hospitality sector have to take that responsibility to set a budget and a target to put on as much of lights, as much of saplings, as much of greenery all around the community, not just around the hotel, but around the community. Because a lot of guests comes to hotel, a lot of carbon footprints happens. So if they take the initiative and do the greenery and reality, not just inside the hotel or not in the garden of the hotel, but in the local community where the hotel is situated. It's very important, not in the garden, but in the local community, on the boulevard, on the bus stand, where the hotels is situated. It will create automatically a sense of sustainable practice among all the employees, all the stakeholders. So biodiversity, I think, is very important. And we have to encourage the tourism which support biodiversity. We have got so beautiful places in India where people go for biodiversity, for the faunas, for the floras. and for so much of attraction we have got. The next one which I'm going to touch upon is the community, and I was just now talking about community. Community is very important. We need to be local. We need to support the local community. Without the local community, the sustainability will be not possible. Today, we cannot outsource the products. We need to source our ingredients from the kitchen. We need to take the employment of local people, give employment to the local people, bring all your ingredients locally, and it is actually available now. And you need to create your menu in a way that the ingredients are actually locally available. It is very important that we support the local community, because local community are the most important part of the society. And if we don't support them, then they will not let the business grow. I always tell my friends of the five-star hotel owners and the general managers that when a big banquet takes place, when a marriage takes place, 1,000 people comes in, 2,000 people comes in, maybe 1,000 cars comes in. The roads are full of traffic. What happens to the people who live opposite the hotels? Especially in a place like Mumbai, where we have seen this regularly in front of the five-star hotels. I won't name any hotel, but in front of so many five-star hotels, where we see that you have to wait for 15 minutes to cross because there is a big waiting happening. But the people who live in that kind of place, they suffer. The hotel makes money, but they suffer. So the local community has to be compensated by the hotels by doing something for them. You need to go to them. You need to possibly work there. You need to educate their children if they are poor. You need to supply food to the people who need it in the local community. You need to do some food sustainability there. It is very important that we have to support the local community, because local community is the soul of the hospitality business. If the hospitality business have to survive for a long term, you have to be the friend of the local community and support them and make some good activities for them. Very important. My next quick slide will be on the digitalization and digital. It's all about digital, because digital is very important. And if we don't do digital, then what happens? That we are nowhere. Today, digital is so important that the digital is everywhere, right from the before the check-in to the outside after the checkout. Entire process is now based on digital. It is all about digital, because we need to reduce the waste. Today, even the papers have become less used in hotel. You get the menu card by a QR code. You don't need the menu card, which was like a big printed menu card used to be in the good old days. Now just one click from your mobile, you check in a lot of hotels. You don't need to even queue. You just check in on your phones, mobile phones, everywhere. Digital is very important. Even the cards that we use, the cards which we use are the visiting cards are now been gone. So these NVC cards are used now. So everywhere you get a big digitization is the must, because it is only through digitalization that we can remove a lot of papers, a lot of movement. Even your printouts are not required. Printouts are not required. Newspapers are not required, because a hotel can give an app to the guest where they can download 100, 200 newspapers and read. So this is very important in the sustainability in the hospitality sector. The next slide would be on the eco-friendly. Eco-friendly again is something our industry is already done and doing. I must say hotels like ITC Group and other groups, they have really been extremely eco-friendly. They are so eco-friendly that we are now almost no plastic zone. but it has to be done in the smaller hotels. We are not only talking about 5 stars, we're talking about smaller hotel, guest houses, Airbnb, homestays. Everywhere we need to make it a no plastic zone, and plastics cannot be there. The single battery. The plastics are so important, because we need to eradicate the plastic. The plastics have to be replaced and removed immediately. I'm sorry. So I think we have already replaced the toothpaste sachet. We all used to get this free toothpaste in the hotels, and now I've seen in the hotels where they're not giving toothpaste, they're giving a tablet, one small tablet. So there is no need of that toothpaste plastic sachet, no need of the reuse, because it's never been reused. One guest will just use it once and throw it off. But they're giving tablets. If you just get the tablet and then brush it, it's over. So you need to make sure that all these things which encourages the lack of use of plastics, lack of use of the things which can be avoided, should be done. It's very, very important. Very important. It's not done. So even if you see the comb that is coming in the rooms are all made of now wooden combs. We don't use any plastic combs. Toothbrush are made of wooden. Everything that we use in as a guest community, as a guest amenities in the room, are done so that there is no use of plastic. It's very important that plastics are not used. Very, very important. The next will be millets. Of course, millets is something we celebrated with throughout the year. The Honourable Prime Minister have already declared this as an year of millet. So was the UNWTO. So the millets are something which are the very good experimentation we did, because we at IHM also do a lot of food hunger, and we do food hunger because it is very important to have a food which is not expensive and which can be used, eaten by the mass. Very important. And I think millet is a perfect answer, because it is cheap, it is healthy, it's delicious. And in the G20, we have fed the presidents and the prime ministers of the world with millets, and they loved it. So I think the year of millet was this. We should push more aggressively the use of millets, right from our luxury hotel to the restaurants, and especially in the buffets where the breakfast are there, dinner are there. There should be more items of millets, but more importantly, we should also encourage our middle class and to have more millets. Is really going to be helping the sustainable cause of the food. Our next quick slide for the sustainability in hospitality industry, and possibly, according to me, maybe the most important one, is partnership. Partnership is the most important P of the world. We talk about people, we talk about prospect, we talk about prosperity, we speak about planet. Partnership. Partnership is stitching all these P's, whether it's people, whether it's a creditor, whether it's associate, whether it's an employee, whether it's a guest. There is a partnership. Today, if your supplier is not your partner, then it can be a bad news. Today, your guest is a guest. Okay, he's a paying guest, but he's also a partner, because he's coming regularly to your hotel, to your restaurant. So it's very important that partnership. We, IHM, we have signed two very, very iconic partnership contracts with Marriott Hotel Worldwide and with Accor India. These two hotels requires a lot of people, lot of students. So they signed this partnership with IIHM so that we can create specially trained, industry-ready human resource for them. And we created them. And we are already working with other hotels, signing deed with other hotels like ITC and other hotels. But then partnership is very important. Now, Google is one of the largest and the biggest IT player in the world. We all know that. Now, our student needs to be taught about the digital marketing, social media marketing. So we signed up with Google. So Google was so happy when we approached them. They said that we will be very happy to come and teach your student about hospitality marketing, hotel marketing, social media marketing, digital marketing for hospitality and tourism industry. Now, Google is teaching our student both offline and online. Now, who can better teach digital marketing than Google? It's all about partnership. I think partnership is the core and the heart of our industry. Everything that we do, since it's a people business, partnership is very important. You know, when a hotel is made, there are investors who create the hotels and there are operators who run the hotels. There should be a perfect partnership between the owners or the investors and the people who run the hotel, the operators, whether it's Marriott, whether it's Accor, whether it's Radisson, or whether it's ITC or Taj. They're also now in the management business. So the partnership is the crux of the successful business model of the hospitality industry. It is the crux of the sustainability. Again, we're talking about the social sustainability, very important, and one of the most important SDG goal number 17. This is the SDG goal number 17 is partnership, where all other goals come and march together to one goal. All 16 goals come and march together to partnership. The next quick slide would be quality education. We spoke about in a G20, in a Goa roadmap as well, that the skill development is the key to the success of the hospitality industry. Ask any hotelier, ask any hospitality general manager, what is your challenge? They will give you same answer. People. We are not getting good people. We are not getting good trained people. People is very important because we are a people business. The chefs is a guy who cooks, no automation required. Somebody comes and serves the food. Somebody takes your order. Somebody checks you in. Somebody in housekeeping makes your bed. Somebody does your engineering. So all the lights and air conditioning are fine and there is no danger of fire. Somebody takes care of maintenance. So it's all about the people. And to create the people, you need quality education, quality skill development. Otherwise, the hospitality industry is now running like a horse. The kind of development happening, the kind of boom that's happening in the 5-star sector, 4-star sector, middle sector, restaurant sector, cafe sector. Just see how many cafes have come in Mumbai the last 2 years. You can't count so many cafes. But who are going to run these cafes? People. Very important. Quality education is possibly the crux. This is SDG number 4. The quality education is very, very important, and IIHM plays a very important role in this skill development and producing the best of the best people for the Indian hospitality industry. Next slide, please. We'll just skip this, running out of time. Youth empowerment. Now, again, sustainability is all about youth people, is all about young people. Young people are the future. Without the young people, India will not kind of take off the way it has taken off under the government. It has been absolutely fantastic. And after G20, we are in a different league now. And all this is possible with the youth empowerment. We need to empower our youth. We need to listen to our youth. We need to listen to the young people. And I'm sure a lot of young people are seeing this from different colleges. And I tell them they should come and they should tell us what is their requirement, what they want. Today, if I run a cafe, I expect young people to come and have coffee there or a sandwich there. I need to ask these young people what they want, what kind of coffee they want, what kind of sandwich they want. Or no, they don't want sandwich. They don't want coffee. Maybe they want tea. All these have to come. The trends have to be coming from the young people. Young people are the future. And the only way our country can really go and become #1 in the world is if we can nurture, educate, and encourage the young people and empower them. We need to empower the young people. We cannot always say, okay, you stop. We have to give them more encouragement and ask them what they feel. And that's the reason in hospitality industry we'll see there are so many young general managers. 32 years, people have become general managers. I know a couple of general managers even less than that, because they have been groomed in at a young age. And by 30, 32, they become general managers. So youth empowerment is one of the crux and the most important factor in sustainability in the hospitality industry. Next slide, Shiva. The journey, we have got my very, very dear friend, Zurab, who is the Secretary General of the United Nations World Tourism Organization. And he's the one man, after he has taken over, and the SDG goals are pushed very aggressively and in all parts of the world. I think a lot of these SDG goals have become popular due to his initiative. And I think the journey is very important. We are in the journey, and all the 17 SDG goals, the Sustainable Development Goals, are applicable for the hospitality industry. So I must say a very, very big thank you to Zurab for pioneering, for his leadership, and for the General Assembly of the United Nations WTO in Samarkand in October 17 and 18. Where I am also going and representing. I think it's going to be a thought-provoking and very, very important, very interesting General Assembly. A lot of new sustainable development goals will expected to come, and let's see what we have got in store. Next one. Next one. And then we go for the zero hunger. Now, this is something very close to my heart, and the heart, all the hoteliers, I think, share with me the similar kind of thought that we need to make India a zero hunger country. How do we make it? So we as an institution do a lot of zero hunger initiative. We go to the slums, we go to the orphanage, we go to the old age homes regularly, not just once or twice in a year, regularly in all our 10 campuses, and we go and feed them. We give them a lot of food and clothing, etc. But that's not enough. So the hotel industry, the hospitality sector have to come with the food bank. Already some hotels are doing it, I know, and they're doing some fabulous job, and they have to cook food for them. A lot of people ask me what happens to the waste food, but waste food of a hotel cannot go to a old age home because they can be very dangerous medically and hygienically. So the hotel have to cook some food and have to see that the country reaches a 100% zero hunger limit. Nobody sleeps hungry in our country. That, I think, is very important part of the sustainability, because that's number 2 of the SDG goal. Number 2 SDG goal is zero hunger, and we as a community in hospitality industry has a big responsibility to make sure that all of us work together. Big hotel, small hotel, restaurant, cafes, chains, we all work together and make sure to make India 100% zero hunger country. This should be one of the milestone for all of us in the industry, because a lot of hotel earns a lot of revenue, a lot of profit. We know we are going to CSR compulsorily, but this should be also something that should come from the heart of the hoteliers and the investors and the owners. So those are some of the points, but then there are other points which are there, like for the carbon footprint. We can do so much thing apart from the greenery. We can make our menu so sustainable, because food sustainability is huge now. All the chefs of the 5-star hotels are now working overtime. We are talking about a vegan food, because vegan food is actually very good, because you don't you have to preserve the animals. So vegan food is another one big area coming. And believe me, I'm a non-vegetarian and I've eaten vegan food. It's absolutely incredible. You can't make a difference whether you are eating a non-vegetarian food or a vegetarian food when you eat a vegan. It's absolutely fantastic. You can try. But we must encourage people also to eat vegan food, because that is very important for life underwater, which is the preservation of the animals underwater and the fish. I think all these factors will add up to create a sustainable hospitality ecospace all over the country. That's what the hoteliers all over the country is aspiring for. Good news is that everyone wants to do this, and they're doing it. Small, medium, they're doing it. And everyone, I'm sure, will join in this process of making the hospitality industry sustainable, the practices be sustainable, the people have to follow sustainable practice, and this all will start from the college, from the schools, where we should teach our students from the class 6, 7, 8 standard about sustainability. When you teach them, this should be a part of the core syllabus. Sustainability should be part of the core curriculum and not something which is on the side. And then we develop responsible citizens. We develop responsible children. And as I said, the young people are the future. Young people are the most important people in the society. If young people are responsible, if they practice sustainability, if they support sustainability, I think we are in good hands. So that's all from me. And if there's any questions, I am very happy to take. I think we are in good time. And thank you so much, everyone, for giving this opportunity to talk. Thank you. I'm very open to any questions if anybody want to ask. All right, it seems that I've spoken well, so there's no question. So, but then I've got my email ID, which I will pass on to the MTDC. And in any way, if I can be of any help, any assistance, I'll be more than happy. So thank you so much, and wishing once again a very happy, a wonderful, happy tourism day, a sustainable tourism day for this year. And namaskar.
Yeah. Dr. Bose, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you loud and clear.
It's a pleasure,
It's breaking. Sound breaking.
It's okay. Machinder kahan hai? Okay, Dr. Bose, thank you very much. There is a small technical issue. We'll take up the questions directly. Sir, you have been a pioneer in the art of hospitality sustainability, and I'm sure everybody who has participated, we have more than 3,000 people who are looking at you, and people from colleges like the polytechnics in Thane, people in Bhutan, people in Tanzania. We have also people from Afghanistan today. Nasratullah has joined from Afghanistan from his college. Then we have people from, I'm sure that you know all your colleges, IIM, Belgavi, and Delhi, Ahmedabad, Pune, and everybody is there. In fact, I'm using a mobile phone now because you know our system has failed, but there is always an alternative. So, sir, the kind of interpretation which you gave for SDGs this time is a different perspective altogether. We never thought that, you know, SDGs like partnership, SDGs like zero hunger would mean what you meant today. And I'm sure that, you know, on 17th of and 18th of October in Samarkand in Uzbekistan, where you have your own institute, you'll be able to talk to Zurab, the Secretary General, in a very nice way and communicate what MTDC is also doing on responsible tourism. In fact, out of nowhere, we got you suddenly from the website of Rocket Search, and in Rocket Search we said, who is the gentleman? I typed out the pioneer in sustainability in hospitality in India, and it brought your name, and we were very happy to connect to you directly. I got your number from there, and then Shabnam Haldar, who works with you, had already invited us for speaking at many occasions, so that was a good connection. Sir, I'm sure that, you know, being in the Hall of Fame and from the UK Council and so many other things, I'm sure that you will sustain a relationship with MTDC too at the same time. And we understand that sustainability is the biggest aspect to be done to tourism in the coming years. Thank you very much, sir. We'll take some questions and it will be followed by the vote of thanks. Any questions, please? They can raise their hands and talk, or otherwise we can take it from the chat box, please. In the chat box, we have some questions. In the chat box, we have some questions. Can you see the chat box, please? The chat box. Show chat box. Show chat previews, no? Any questions in there? Okay. Can we take questions? Anybody has, students have questions, or anybody else? Hemant, do you have any question? Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Bose. It seems that everybody is happy with your lecture. There have no questions at all. And really, you're a charming personality. We are very thankful to you. And I have my colleague, Ms. Manasi Kotare, to propose the vote of thanks. We are very happy on behalf of our MD also. She has communicated. She just rushed out for some meeting. And thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bose. Thank you for sharing such valuable information with us. The most important thing you shared with us, which I would like to reiterate, is the keys to success for hospitality industry is about caring their own staff. That is, for MTDC, we really need to learn from you. Then social sustainability, sir, you said, has led to economic sustenance. So that is again important. We have been relating economic and social responsibility separately, but social and economic sustainability, it is all related. So that is again important. Then you spoke about being hospitable is being human. It's all about humanity. It's a really important message to the nation, to all of us, sir. So then you gave us all valuable inputs about the sustainable hospitality, the biodiversity, the hospitality sector to take responsibility in creating flora and fauna, the community outreach program, digitalization, being eco-friendly, partnership, youth empowerment, zero hunger. Thank you so much, sir. You have really given us all valuable information. With this, I would just like to share that MTDC has been doing, has taken up responsible tourism in a big way. Yeah, we have come up with our own responsible tourism program and also gender in tourism initiative. We are taking various responsible activities in our own resorts. We have been doing community outreach programs. We are coming up with our responsible traveler program. Then also MTDC has collaborated with ICRT, that's International Center for Responsible Tourism. This was done during the World Travel Market, London, that in November 2022. So, and MTDC has also come up with its new logo on responsible tourism. So we are really keen on getting into responsible tourism. Besides, the special initiative we have taken up is making tourism accessible to specially abled. So in this sector, what we are trying to do is make tourism accessible to this special children and their families. So 1/3 of the population of the world, they are with disabilities, and the caretakers and their families. So this almost contributes 1/3 population of the world, and they are deprived of their basic needs. So we need to give access to tourism to this marginalized communities who really don't have any place to go. Besides, we are trying to rope them in tourism supply chain, right? Children, the adults with autism, like they can be good accountants, they can be good chefs. So that is the area we are trying to help them out. And also sensitize industry, sensitize community for making tourism accessible, to be open to this section of the society. Besides, sir, thank you so much. This is I just explained what MTDC has been trying to do. And now I would like to thank all of you, all the stakeholders, all regional managers, all resort managers, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today. Happy World Tourism Day again. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bose. Thank you, everybody. Everybody. Thank you for participating.
Thank you.
Thank you. Leave. Madam, लवकर एक ले